Yo, what up, nyakos? It's your buddy Philko here reporting live for your mama's house. Doing my thing as I usually do. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about, a little more about actually, a little bit more about this whole Heightism shit. I just finished watching the video by some dude, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna stop advertising niggas for free. But I just finished watching some video that some dude made, which was in response to a lady's letter or something she wrote on the internet, but basically something some lady was saying. And he was talking about Heightism. And the video was good, it was decent. And he didn't really come off as bitter, that the way I expected him to come off as bitter, like a lot of guys do. But he came off talking about Heightism in like the workplace, which is something, okay, I can understand. You know, that shouldn't take place and it makes no sense. And plus it's going to be bad for business. You pick someone because they're tall rather than because they're good, then, you know, that's not good for your company. He also talked about Heightism when it comes to females disrespecting men. So like maybe a female will see you, be like, ew, look at your short little ass. And I understand that. And I agree with that. Like that shouldn't go down. That's just disrespectful. It doesn't even have to be because you're short. It could be because you have short hair. It could be because you have a big lip. Anything about you, whatever it is. If someone just disrespects you because of it for no reason, then yeah, it's fucked up. And I agree with that. I see. But here's where I disagree with a lot of other people out there who talk about this situation. And this is where I get at the whole, you know, this is where bitter niggas come back into the place. And I want to train any subscribers that have a mind to not be bitter niggas. It's hard because first of all, even pointing out people's bitterness makes them more bitter. You know, and usually when they respond, it's not with logic or anything, it's with emotion. Because what you're saying isn't wrong, it just sounds mean. And that's what I do. You know, I'm the nigga they love to hate, but I'm gonna keep doing what I do because I don't give a fuck about what they think. So here's some things a bitter nigga would say. A bitter nigga would say when it comes to like a girl liking them or not, they will see something like a girl will put on the requirements. The man must be 5'9" or taller. Some short guys who may become bitter from things like that will say something like, that's stupid, that makes no sense because I can't help how tall I am. They would say that, I can't help how tall I am. Like, why wouldn't she consider me for a boyfriend or a mate or something? I can't help how tall I am. You know, I didn't want to be this height. They say, some people say things like that. And for those people who say things like that, I have to say to you, you're being very bitter. And let me explain to you why you're being very bitter. If you ever say something like, I can't help how tall I am, you know, and it's not fair or it makes no sense that she would base it on something that I can't help. And there was even a woman, he said in the video, that he said didn't want to have a short man because she didn't want short kids. And, you know, some more short guys became bitter niggas after that. But basically, when you're choosing a mate, and I try to express this clearly, I try to say it often, but a lot of people don't get it because it generally hurts their feelings. Well, when it comes to you choosing a mate, as long as you respect everybody, you can base it on anything you want. If it's from one adult to another or other adults, as long as there are only adults involved, you can base it on anything you want. You could put on your profiles, I only date guys with one brown left eye and a blue right eye. Anything you want. That's just an example. It's anything you want. There's no such thing as discrimination, so to say. I wouldn't call it discrimination. It's all preference. There's no discrimination when looking for a sexual partner. There's no such thing as discrimination. As long as you're not, you don't put on your profile, whites only because blacks smell like shit. You see the difference? So if you put on your profile, whites only apply. That's okay. Whether you like it or not, that's okay. When it comes to someone looking for a sexual partner, that's fine. Now, maybe they're cutting out some good people that they could possibly meet. Yeah, but they're willing to take the risk. They're willing to take the risk. It's their personal sexual life. They can do that if they want. If your feelings are hurt, that's too bad for you. I remember when some people were complaining because some people on some chat chat room sites were putting white only, like whites only, please. Like not personal chat rooms, but fucking, the dating services. Some people were putting whites only, and some black people were getting angry. And to me, it made no sense because you're going to get angry because they're putting whites only. You think if they take whites only off their page, they're going to start dating black people or something? No. They just got to weave out through more random garbage email from black guys that they're not interested in, or black girls that they're not interested in. Why do that? Your sexual preference could be based on whatever the hell you want to base it on. There's no such thing as an ism when it comes to dating. You understand? There's no such thing. We're not talking about looking for a job. Right now, we're not talking about making fun of people or ridiculing them. We're not talking about any of that. We're talking about personal preferences. And even when it comes to your children, of course. Even when it comes to your children, because those are your kids. If you don't want to have short kids, so you want to have a husband or wife who's taller to raise the odds of having taller children, go for it. Go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. Midget shaming? Come on. Do you hear yourself? Like, when it comes to your sexual personal life, do you understand you control that? I really don't want this world to become a world in which we look like fucked up people for not sexually getting involved with certain people. Because you know what? You may not realize this, but once you start doing that, you really toss freedom out the window. It's going to be a sad day. And I'm going to say this, and I don't want to offend anybody, but it's going to be a sad day with all this sensitivity we have in America and all this fucking, you guys call it equality. Everything, you consider everything equal all the time. There's going to be a day, and it'd probably be like, I don't know, maybe 100 years from now, where, homosexuality and all those things are okay. They're all fine. You understand? Homosexuality, bisexualism, all that stuff, LGBT is everywhere. And it's the absolute norm, right? And that's fine. I don't care. But the negative outcome from it could be that one day you could be a straight dude, just completely straight, and then some guy can say something like, look, here's my friend Josh, he's kind of into you. Then you say something like, I don't date dudes. I'm not gay. Like, oh, why are you discriminating against this guy? That's where it could be heading to. Now, I'm not trying to say there's anything wrong with homosexuality. There's nothing wrong with it. All I'm basically saying is your personal preferences from one adult to another in your sexual relationship should not be shamed at all. It should not be shamed at all. If you're a guy and you're a gay guy, you only like other gay guys with big tools, that's your personal preference. That's it. But no one should ever be shamed as long as you express your preferences in a healthy way, a respectful way. Don't say shit like I don't like brown people because their skin looks like shit. Just as long as you don't insult and you just try to be kind with your words and fair. What is the problem? I don't like short guys. I'm not really into short men. What is the problem? Because they don't like you? So it kills me when people try to look at things from one angle. They don't look at it from their own angle. Like, dude, you don't date fat, ugly girls. You don't date women who are 70. You don't date girls who got like one titty. You see, now, one titty chicks should get in a group and start talking shit about you. He doesn't date me because I got one titty and my bra is half price. If that happens, what are you going to do? You're not going to defend yourself and say, hey, it's my personal preference. We were dating. She took her shirt off. I saw half of what I wanted to see, and I got up out of there. That's your sexual preference, bro. You know what I mean? So that's all I really got to say about this. Like, I mean, I'm serious. Like, look, having one titty, it's a deformity. Yeah, I understand. Whatever. But still, it's the same thing. You understand? It's just something you're not into. You're not into it. You get her pregnant, she has a baby, you suck the titty, the milk will be half and half. You understand? If you're not into that shit, you're not into that shit. And I'm not trying to make fun of people with one titty. I'm just giving, okay, let's say a guy with one nut. A guy with one nut. You know what I mean? The girl's not into it. She likes a guy to get really into her, but this dude only has one nut, so he can only go ball deep. So she's not into that. You understand? You feel me? So that's really it, man. I'm just trying to express that you don't have to sexually like anybody. Anybody. That's it. You don't have to sexually like anybody. If you want to be an asexual, You don't want to have sex with anyone except yourself. That's okay too. If you're gonna buy yourself a candle and fuck the hell out of your hand, and that's all you want to do, that's fine. You feel me? You know what I mean? So that's really it may sound like I'm trying to make jokes, but I'm just trying to, I'm trying not to be so aggressive with my words. Because I understand my videos hurt people's feelings a lot, and this one might get at a lot of short people a lot, but you're short, that's too bad for you, bro. I'm short too. You never hear me complaining about it. When you're short, you're short. That's it. No girl has to like you. They just have to respect you. No one has to like you. They just have to respect you, and people hate hearing that shit. People really hate hearing that shit. Nobody has to like you. They just have to respect you. That's it. Other than that, you gotta go cry in the corner, man. You're not always gonna get what you want. Life sometimes deals some fucked up ass hands. You could be dealt a royal flush, or you could be dealt a pair. And some of y'all niggas just got it fucking 9 high. You feel me? And I'm out, Nicholas. Later.